Hello, welcome to Death Stranding 2, episode 4. My name's David, I'm an environment artist. I worked on GTA 5, RDR 2 and GTA 6 whilst I was at Rockstar Games. And I worked on other games, and you can find that in the About section if you're interested. And here we are, back in this absolutely wonderful world that I'm thoroughly enjoying. And I was doing one of the missions that took me up this absolutely fantastic valley that looks straight out of Mordor, doesn't it? Straight out of Lord of the Rings, or kind of a bit Icelandic, I suppose. A very young landscape.
Enough already.
Slightly fantastical in just how sort of pinnacle-y and vertical it is, but I mean, I love it. I love it for that. It's great. But yeah, very young feeling landscape that's not had time to be worn down by the elements. And yeah, the mission took me up here. It kind of wanted me to go up there, which is a clear invitation to go up a sort of easier path, isn't it? But I did notice on the map. My name's Sam. Yeah, not that button. This button brings the map up, and I noticed a couple of things on the map here. There's a warning of a cliff, and there was a climbing rope, which I thought, ooh, right. I presume someone's put that there, and so I wanted to head straight to that. And I thought, yeah, we'd do a bit of climbing, because I did the mission over here, got into a bit of trouble. I kind of was throwing blood grenades around and killing some BTs. And one of them got me, and then they started pulling me down into this tar, and then I got dragged around all the way sort of over here, and then all this sort of tar turned into liquid, and a squid ate me. And then before I knew it, I woke up next to what looks like a nuclear bomb crater, and I think I caused a nuclear explosion by dying. A void out. And so, sorry about that, locals, but it was all pretty cool and exciting. And so, yeah, I came over here, and then I deployed a climbing anchor all the way down here. And so I want to just take us on a little sort of climbing adventure up here, because I'm beginning to see that this game might be quite a cool climbing simulator in its own right. And I fully intend to have some fun doing that, trying to get to these peaks and stuff. In my young days, I was a bit of a climber. I liked getting out on the rock and stuff like that. So this would be a perfect opportunity. So yeah, let's do it, eh? Let's do it. We'll go up there. Cool. And then maybe we'll get back to the mission. Where am I now? Got turned around. So let's go up there, and can I see... I've been turning off various HUD elements, finding them a bit intrusive. These green notifications that pop up on the left don't seem to be removable, sadly, which I find a little bit intrusive when it pops up. I'm not really bothered if anyone's picked up something of mine, or at least it's nice to know in a way, but I don't want them constantly happening. So we'll see how we go on. But maybe Kojima Productions, maybe you should just put that on a toggle. I'm a big fan of options. Yeah, just give options, and if you want it, you can have it. If you don't need it. Options. So yeah, right. So I'm on track, and I want to go up that ravine. And yeah, it was up there, and it was pretty cool. I really enjoyed using those climbing anchors. What I think the game might be missing somewhat is the ability to get up rock faces that are more vertical. Because if you deploy a climbing anchor, you're good. Let's just double check. Yeah, there we go. We'll find it up there somewhere. Oh, awesome. See there, look, those notifications in green there. It's like, yeah, okay, that's good, fine, but don't need to be bothered by that. Okay, switch those markers on. Even though I find this sort of route thing a little bit intrusive, but when you're trying to find something, it's quite handy. I can always turn it off. So yeah, let's get up this really cool, interesting terrain. You can climb up quite a bit of it, actually. I find it's more accessible than it first appears, a lot of this stuff. Although I'm struggling there a bit, aren't I? But come on, up you get, Sam. I found it easier to actually go along the ridge tops rather than the valley parts. So, where are you, rope? Here we go, going up in here. And I was just seeing how far I could get and stumbled upon this that someone had put there. And I was able to sort of go up the rest of the way beyond this rope and then add my own when I got to the top. So I should have little difficulty getting all the way up there. But how cool is that? You know, I love the climbing up the rock faces with the ropes. It's great fun. So all of these steep peaks and stuff, I mean, I could see myself having a good old play with those and ignoring the rest of the game and doing all that stuff. So I'm not seeing my rope, I must say, but it's got to be somewhere around here. I deployed it. I think I can see the spike up there, so where's the end of the rope, I wonder? Yes, where's the end of my rope? Oops, no, I've already used that one. Thinks I want to grab the other rope, doesn't it? But let's go up here. Come on, Sam, come on, you can do it. Let's get over here. Where did my rope go? There's the spike. But that's fine because we can generally get up these sort of edges. Maybe it didn't come all the way down. But it's so gnarly and crumbly that, I mean, you know, in real life you'd have quite a good bit of purchase on this sort of rock. As long as it wasn't too crumbly. Look at that, I didn't even need my own rope, did I? This, I seem to recall this, yeah. What I needed to do was get across here and sort of, I came up this little ledge bit. I'm slightly disappointed my rope's not there though, because that's where I left it. And it's even there. I mean, rope, why are you not, okay, well that's no good, is it, being there? That's no good. You know, you want it sort of down there. I did make sure I walked down as well, and I walked all the way to the other bit of rope. So let's put it back there. Come on, Sam. I mean, how cool is that? Just being able to scale down the things. Oh, I can rappel. Let's do a bit of rappelling then. There we go. Cool. It's pretty quick, isn't it? Yeah. So let's get to the end of our rope. At the end of my rope. So. Right, so I mean, I'm hoping that's kind of going to stay there whilst I climb up it, and at some point I'll have to just revisit that. You would think that it would stay there, wouldn't you? Because that's the whole point of these ropes. So I'm not sure what happened there. But up we get. There you go, Sam. Brilliant. There's never really been, well, I was going to say there's never really been a proper climbing game. I mean, there's the VR game, isn't there? Which I can't remember what it's called. Do you know what? It's moved the rope all the way back up, hasn't it? Look at that, it's back there. Okay, I mean that's a shame. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, is that a bug or is that just an element of its design? I mean, maybe, can I pick it back up? Dismantle rope. Well, let's try this, right? Dismantling, and maybe, I don't know, I mean, did I just place it in a weird spot? Don't know, but let's redeploy it. Okay, anchor. Maybe if I just put it just off the edge, it might work. I don't know. Give it a go. And we'll just sort of go down a wee bit to hopefully pull the rope down. Come on. Right. Not going to make you sit through me doing that twice, eh? So, release. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's almost like you need to sort of throw it down sort of thing. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in the future how we go on with these sorts of mechanics. But, yeah, I mean, this valley is looking really cool. We're starting to bring in elements of the snow line over there. Let's just bring up old map. It's like a sort of Minecraft map, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we are. The actual mission is heading to the research lab, and I can see that the game is kind of, it's taking us from this edge here, across the landscape, over these mountains, up this valley, and we're gaining elevation as we go. And so I presume it's going to take us sort of up here into the snow line next, isn't it? Which I hope to get to. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is getting really exciting, going up into the mountains and all this crazy stuff here. It's probably going to start bringing in a lot more BTs. It's been quite a sort of gentle introduction to it so far. It's showing you the ropes, introducing you to the landscape, and there's not much of the storyline got in the way as yet. No baddie main characters have appeared or anything like that, so yeah, we're going up there. And I wonder if you can see my nuclear explosion that I caused. Is it over there? Yeah, it's kind of on the other side of that rise there. Trouble. And Sam came back from the afterlife, I suppose, because he's a doomsman. And he can come back, can't he? Whoops. Whoa. It's a bit slippy out in this rain. Yeah, I mean, he's got some equipment on his back for this lab. It's a weapons lab, so we're taking some experimental bullets, anti-BT bullets over there. Yeah, all this architecture here it's more like kind of medieval ruins, isn't it, rather than the ruins of, like, our time, that sort of thing, which is interesting. So I don't know what's going on lore-wise there, but ooh, the camera's panning out to a bit more cinematic thing there. Not something I did. Oh, I want that though. Little crystal, chiral crystals.
Now leaving chiral network coverage.
Ah, yeah, we've gone out of Wi-Fi range, it seems. Yeah, so, well, we'll reconnect it, won't we? Because we're going up to the lab and we'll do our Cupid floating key code thing and connect them back up. So come on, Sam. Let's get up there. Very slippy it looks there. I wouldn't want to be going up here with all these bags on my back. Sam's a very capable sort of porter dude. But we're rising higher and higher and higher, aren't we? Yeah. And if you look in the distance there, that's a shelter I constructed. Fought the BTs over there, who got the better of me, and yeah, old crater there. Let's get a better view of that. Oh, wow. Ooh, steady on, Sam. Come on, up you go there. Hey, stay there. Now, sweeping comes to mind, doesn't it? That sweeping vista. Ah, look at that there. That's lovely, isn't it? That is great. And yeah, that was me, I think. Yeah, a pretty big crater. Man, it's just, I don't know, it just looks so smoothly sweeping down to this kind of bowl here, doesn't it? And we're heading up into all that lovely stuff. Whoa. What an adventure it feels. Right. Yeah. Cool. Up we go. Up all that rocky stuff. Wow. And there is our destination's end. Some lovely looking scree there, isn't there? Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so we've got a kind of clearly marked path here, I guess. And, as I'm playing it more now, I suppose that the only things that are starting to sort of show themselves up to me, there's quite a difference between these smooth areas that are kind of paths and, these are the sort of signposted routes through the landscape, aren't they? and they're obviously much lower density than the surrounding assets. And so I noticed that, when they blend up into this sort of stuff, there's a bit of a sort of jarring quality between, super smooth and super gnarly stuff. And it would have been nice if there was some sort of, in between ground. So, we've got our smooth path here, and where it goes up to there, you've got just a little bit more chunkiness, I mean, there's a suggestion of it in this sort of area here, where you've got more of those little rocks. But, it just feels like there could have been something a bit more. I mean, it works here. I think that works really well as a middle ground. You've got your very smooth stuff, and then you've got all of this sort of stuff here. All that. And then it blends into the super sort of detailed rock stuff. So I think that is working really well there. And it sort of works slightly less so when you've got stuff like this, and it goes and it just sort of goes straight into the detail. And that high detail shows off the low detail all the more, I think. And I did notice that in that that kind of ravine we walked up over. And this is we walked through that notch in episode 3, and the path was very smooth compared to the gnarly stuff around it. Oh, interesting. What's this? Wi-Fi transmitter or something like that. Yeah. So I mean, the more you play the game, you start to see the patterns in how the environment has been built. It's easy to get wowed straight out of the gate with this game because it's just so impactful. It's just like, whoa, it just hits you in the face, just how much detail and stuff is going on. And so, yeah, the more you play it, you start to see some of these things. Not to say that, I've got a problem with any of that, it's just things that occur to me, really. And this is a lovely way of coming from the lower res, isn't it, as well? How it's just starting to creep through, coming up out of the dust and sort of dirt. That's really nice. Yeah, that is lovely. Different character of rocks here. It's more of a sort of chipped away, sort of vertical structure to the rock. They kind of crumble off the edges. And yeah, it's stratified as well, isn't it? But yeah, it's really interesting formations. Oops, the sun looks like it's going behind the mountains as well. Here we've got Journey's End. We'll conclude this particular episode here, which is a good spot to do it, I think. We're going to drop off the gubbins, the stuff that we've brought. Yeah, my control's telling me I can't use my weapons here. Thank you very much for that. And let's just pause there and take a look. Take a look at that. Yeah, great. And wow, yeah, you know what I mean, like a young landscape, isn't it? Because if you've got like, as time goes on, as the millennia roll on, as the aeons roll on, stuff like this doesn't last. The earth is very good at eroding away relatively delicate structures like this with wind and rain, earthquakes, all sort of stuff. So, give it a few million years and this will be sort of much more worn down. But it makes it really interesting, doesn't it, when you've got all this stuff. And I'm happy to see it. It's really cool. It's kind of realistic when you look at the detail, but overall, it's not that realistic. It's almost like if the Earth had a little bit less gravity, and you would get more structures like this in our mountain ranges and stuff. Cool. And with the setting sun, I'll leave this episode here, and have fun. If you're playing it, enjoy. I'm enjoying it, and thanks for joining me. So yeah, take it easy. Bye bye.